So, like, you can find someone obviously really attractive when you first see them.
I like the way she put it. She said lost at first
I
sight.
think last at first sight, but for me, to love someone is to like really know them. So you can't look at someone and know them. So to me, love at first sight doesn't really make sense. But definitely lust, and then if you then speak to them and start growing your love for them,
Yeah.
you could maybe equate it to being love at first sight.
Yeah.
But I would say it was just lust that turned to love.
So misinterpreted. It's misinterpreted to be love, but not love. It's lust.
It's lust, which could then maybe turn to love, but I don't think you could instantly have.
Oh, okay. Lust that can turn to love. It's possible. Because it's possible that they would take time to know themselves, but the time they actually fell in love is different from the time they knew they fell in love, which means it took time
Yeah.
to later fall in love. But the first time is just like your infatuation.
Yeah.
Lust. Yeah, which is lust towards the outward appearance.
Yeah.
But that's the word. That's nice. Yeah, Lucid, you're very correct because this generation, your generation, is doing things so fast.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is fast. They want everything chap, 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 chap. So now, how can you tell if someone truly loves you?
I think it's different for everyone.
Okay.
Everyone has different ways of showing how they love someone.
Yeah.
I think it's very common to talk about love languages. That's very, like, within my generation, it's a very common question. It's like, oh, what is your love language?
Okay.
Just like how you can have giving and receiving types of love language. So like, for me personally, receiving, I really like physical touch and like spending quality time with someone and like acts of service.
Okay.
That's how someone can show me that they love me.
Yeah.
And like, I would say giving, that's how I would show someone I love them as well. So I'd say to know if someone truly loves you is if they'll willingly do those things day in, day out, like regardless of whether they may be being a bit of a bad person or like, I don't know, in a bad mood.
Yeah.
And they're still willing to do all the acts of service and like acts of love for you.
That is true.
I think
Very
that's
true.
how I would decide if someone loved me truly.
Beautiful. That is quite very interesting. Now, when we talk about this, we have this issue in relationship, and even in your generation now, because of the fast way of doing things in terms of communication. Now, we find out that most times when couples sit together, or maybe lovers or friends, even family relationship who have relationship with you, sit with you, we always see ourselves with a phone, pressing the phone. There's this thing that is happening. Everybody on the phone, and we don't communicate that much anymore. What is your take on this communication bridge?
It's I don't really like it. I don't like to see it either.
Okay.
And especially, I think going to China, that was one of the biggest culture shocks, is how much everyone's on their phone. Like, I thought it was bad in the UK, where like, yeah, sometimes you'll be with your friends and you're all just sitting on your phone.
Yeah.
But like, it's quite rare that I'm with a group of my friends and none of us are talking, we're just on our phone. But if I'm walking through China, at like looking at cafes that are also outside, it's just such big groups, just all on their phone. Like,
Yeah.
no one is talking to each other, and they're hanging out with each other. So they should be like communicating, but they're just like all on their phone.
On the phones, yeah.
So you know they texted, organised to meet, just then they could be together whilst not really being together.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it will probably start to happen in the UK as well, like, and everywhere. But it seems like it's just progressed more in China because it's like how prevalent technology is there.
Yeah, technology,
Everything is about technology. But I don't really like it, and I'm guilty for doing it sometimes. But like, I try.
I think so many of us are guilty now. So what do you think we should be doing to resolve that a little bit? Because we can actually just resolve it a little bit. We can't really stop it.
Yeah, I think what works for me is being with people most of the time. Like, I'm a people person anyway. Like, I love to be with people, but when I'm with people, I'm less likely to be on my phone.
Yeah.
So less likely to scroll, less likely to get stuck like scrolling, whatever.
Yeah.
And like, if I'm with someone and they say like, "Oh, get on your phone," just do it.
Yeah.
Like, I sometimes do that to my friends, and they're like, "Oh," they get defensive. They're like, "No, I'm just doing some X, Y, and Z." They're not doing anything. So just listen to people if they say like, "Talk to me, get on your phone." There's nothing that important on your phone, I promise you.
So the advice you can give to your generation and our generation is that we should spend more time to talk more with people one-on-one than to spend too much time with a phone.
Yeah, and maybe like find some hobbies.
Find some hobbies, yes, so that can actually occupy you
Yeah,
to
so
bring
like-
you guys together.
Get good at being bored.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. Like, that's probably one thing I really want to do is get better at being bored and like just sitting and not needing like constant mental stimulation.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I don't know, write something, draw something,
Draw some things,
play
yes,
a
yes.
sport, just do anything that's not stagnant and like being on your phone.
Okay.
But it's easier said than done. I know.
Is it said and done, right?
That's why if you do it with people, you've got people to encourage you. You can play. You can work with each other.
That's cool. That's cool. Let's agree with you, Lucy. Yeah, that's a good one. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.